nice and brown. You need to remove this with a slotted spoon because there's a lot of drippings in here yet. So I'll put it on this plate. It's not cooked through, it's just brown. Once I get this out, then I'm going to add the vegetables to this. And the vegetables will saute for about 5 minutes in this same stock that I have here. So they go into the pan. And we'll do a little caramelization of these eventually. I want them to cook, stir and cook them for about 5 minutes. Those back on. And then I took the bacon and I crumpled that up, so that will go on eventually. But that's what the bacon looks like. So we'll add that later. So right now I'm just going to let the vegetables cook, and we'll come back in a minute. Okay, I have been cooking the vegetables for about 5 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. And what I'm going to do next is add sugar to them to caramelize them. And this process will take probably about 5 minutes. You just toss the sugar in, and the sugar speeds up this whole caramelization process, but it helps bring out the sugar in the vegetables. And then once this is done, then we'll be ready to put everything together and put it back in the oven. So I'll be stirring this for about 5 minutes. Okay, I have caramelized the vegetables. They have a nice sweet flavor to them. It's kind of like caramelizing just onions, but this is doing the carrots also. So what I'm going to do now is turn this down a little bit. I'm going to add the beef stock to this. It's 2 cups. The reserved wine that we saved out, that goes back in. The bacon goes in here, and the meat all goes in this pot. And I'm going to bring this to simmer it for a little, just a few minutes. Then I will cover this, and it goes in the oven for 2 to 2.5 hours. Now I'll also add some salt, pepper to taste. And it's kind of an individual thing, but there's been no salt put in this yet. So anyway, this will come up to a boil, and then I'll turn it down and simmer it for 5 minutes, and then cover this, and it will go in the oven for 2 hours to 2.5 hours. The beef daube has been simmering for about 5 minutes. Like I said, I took it to boiling and then turned it down to low and simmered it for about 5 minutes just to get everything heated up. Now, I still have my cheesecloth, and what I did was I took out the cloves because they are not going to go with this in the oven. But I'm going to put the cheesecloth, just lay it on top so that, again, those spices will marinate and cook through and give it some good flavor. So I'll take and put the lid on this, and this is ready to go in the oven. The oven is preheated, and it's at 350. I had to take out shelves to get this big pot in here. So you put it right in the middle, and it should cook for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, just until the meat is very tender. You don't want it to fall apart, but you do want it to be tender. So we'll see what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. All right, now I'm going to make the polenta, and it calls for 4 cups of chicken stock, and I'm going to bring that to a boil. So I'll put that on high just to get it to a boil. And the recipe says to make this about 30 minutes before you're going to serve the Daube. So we have guests coming in about 30 minutes, so that'll be just right time-wise. The shallots are done. I need to warm them up. The Daube is cooking in the oven. And so now I'm going to bring this is chicken stock, I'm going to bring that to a boil. And what I'm using is cornmeal instead of polenta. I thought I would try it with cornmeal. So I guess now we're just going to wait till this boils. Okay, my soup stock is boiling, so this is a cup of cornmeal, and I'm going to whisk it in and just slowly add it. I don't want to add it too fast because I want it to make sure it dissolves, and then I'll have to stir this for about 25 minutes while it cooks and thickens up. And this is a French substitute for like mashed potatoes or rice or pasta, like noodles or something like that. So this is just a different side dish that they use. Okay, so I have it. It's all in the pot, and it looks sort of like, well, it looks like that. And it's boiling away, and I need to turn it down to simmer now, so I'll put it on low. But this requires constant stirring for the next 25 minutes. Okay, the polenta is ready, or it's done cooking. The guests are here, so I'm going to put the rest of this together. And this is some pepper. This is a lot of seasoning because it's kind of a bland dish. Some parsley, some butter. Get the butter in here. Parmesan cheese. And a little bit of sour cream. So this will spice this up just a little bit, and then we can salt and pepper, well, salt it as we see fit. You know, salt is kind of everybody's own personal preference. So I'll put this in a bowl, and then we can see what it looks like. The Daube is out of the oven, and it looks really, really good. I have to take the cheesecloth out of it yet with the spices, and then I can plate that. And the shallots are warming up, and so we are almost ready to sit down to our French meal. Ooh. And Stan and Marilyn just said, ooh.
I didn't know it was French.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what the polenta looks like.
I've never had polenta. I've seen it in the store, but I've never.
Okay. Okay, there's the polenta. And turn the burners on. The shallots are ready. And I need to pull this cheesecloth out. And we did a little taste test. You know, you always have to taste to see how things taste, and it tasted pretty good. So
All right.
I'll plate it this way, and then we can always come back and get more if we want more. And I'll put some shallots on top of that. Then I'll have to show you my table because I have it, you know, all the etiquette I've been teaching you. I have the table set the way it should be set. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to put the shallots on top. Okay. So I think I'll just come on over. I'll set this on the table and let my videographer follow me. The charger and the cover plate, and so this is what a pretty formal table setting minus the tablecloth. I decided to use placemats instead of a tablecloth, so that's what our table will look like. We'll get some wine and then we'll be ready to go.